the leader takes the initiative when it comes to communication. Not just like they said, but you as a leader take the initiative. So if there is something wrong in communication, the bulk rests on your table as a leader. If your organization is not communicating very well, and you keep complaining about the fact that people don't understand what you said, it is not just about them understanding what you said. It's about you making them to understand what you said. That's what leadership is all about. That's why we can now differentiate the communication when it comes to leadership, because it's more like a responsibility for the leader to be able to, make sure that there is a flow. And that's his own responsibility to make sure that the people are well trained. It's his own responsibility to know that the right language is being spoken. It is his own responsibility to make sure that everything is working, just like the home. The leader of the home, the parent, the mother and the father, should take responsibility of communicating effectively to their children. When you just give birth to your child, he doesn't understand. You want to teach the child how to communicate. This is what I mean when I said it. This is what I don't mean when I said that. So it is your responsibility as a leader of an organization to initiate effective and robust communication. I just put it that way.
Now, talking about employees and communication, people are different. People come to work with different challenges from home. As a leader, how do you communicate with people? Because you don't know what may have happened to them, maybe over the weekend, or how do you communicate with them?
Okay, you know what? As a leader, your job is to understand your people.
Okay.
And that is why there's some recommended trainings. Just mere looking at somebody, you should be able to tell what kind of personality or temperament the person is. Now, if I stay with you guys for 5 minutes, I can figure out who you are, and I can figure out what I can say to you that can get you angry, and what I can say to her that will not get her angry. And that's why the leader, when it comes to communication, does not deal with people similarly. You don't deal with similar treatment. You deal with what we call equitable treatment. Equitable treatment is when you look at each individual and then you communicate to them based on who they are. Now, you can tell somebody, are you stupid, is a question. But somebody is not seen as a question. The other person is seen as a question because of his temperament. They're saying, am I stupid? No, I'm not stupid. And it's forgotten about it. And then you tell somebody else, are you stupid? And the person says, and then it takes it 2 hours later, he's still thinking about it. 2 days later, he's still thinking about it. And then if the person now makes it matter worse, he now connects you to somebody who told him or told her that they are stupid 20 years ago. And then the person now comes back to the office the next day, and then is disgruntled about that and everything. But as a leader, you must know the person that you can easily talk to. There's some people you can even, hit them, what is wrong with you? And it's okay. But you must know that it is your job as a leader to understand at least your people. If you have 1,000 people, you may not understand the 1,000, but your core, you must understand them. The people who are in charge of the department, you must understand them. You must be able to even figure out when somebody is going through some stress, some situation. Like I tell people, we have 2 seasons. 2 seasons.
I'd like to know.
No, when we have money, when we have money and when we don't have money. When we have money, when we don't have money, those are 2 seasons. But ladies, you have your own season is based on the menstrual cycle, and then before, during, after. There's a lot of mood swings. So as a leader, whether you're male or female, you must be able to figure that out. Could it be this? Could it be that? And then we men also, we can compartmentalize things. I can argue with my wife at home, and then get to the office, she does not connect with the office. But for a woman, it does not happen like that. They take everything interrelated. So as a leader, you must feel aware of that. You must be able to figure out and then know that there's something called soft fact and hard fact. Hard fact is what you see written on the paper black and white. What they told you at the meeting. Soft fact and the rumors he was talking about that goes on during lunch, that goes on when 2, 3 people are gathered. You must be able to get both facts because you need both to be able to thrive. Make sure that ideas are not passed across verbally. Let everything be on black and white. Send a mail. So what I'll now tell you is that if you're sending a mail to your direct lead, make sure I am copied. So once you copy me, you have automatically, sent me that idea to me, you know, I can now make it, I got a mail from one of your guys. So it's no more the subordinate or the person who has the idea right now that is bypassing. The policy has made sure that whatever idea that you want to pass across to is shared with me as the CEO or as the manager of the whole like IT iPlanet TV right now. You know, there's a person in charge of it. Now, if you're going to pass an idea to your team lead, copy me. Now, I may not be able to see it. I may not be able to go through it because of my workload. But at the same time, even your direct lead knows that this idea has gotten to the boss. So the boss can now say, I'm going to sit down there. I ask a question, how many ideas have you gotten? And how many ideas have you implemented? So the fight is no more between the idea person and then the team leader. It's more like a corporate policy, corporate decision. That everybody knows that everything still comes to me. For instance, now in my own office, there is no mail that comes in that I would not see, except it is your own personal mail. I mean, you have your own personal email address. But every email that comes to the office, all the emails are on my phone. And then you cannot pass anything across without doing a copy. If it's corporate, if it's a personal thing you want to do, that's not my business. But if it's corporate, I see it. Most of the time, I don't act on it because the people will act on it. But if I have to act on it, I will act on it based on the fact that it's a company's policy that I must say it.
We have Olabisi from Ogun State. Olabisi, how are you?
You're welcome. Hello, Olabisi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you. I must say this topic is very timely, effective communication in leadership. But I actually have a question. How do you deal with a boss that is verbally abusive and you've even tried to like cope with the boss, but you ended up reporting to the HR and all, but nothing is really being done. How do you deal with that type of boss?
The boss was what?
Abusive boss. How do you deal with
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olabisi. Okay, so who's going?
Okay, good. You know, this is an abusive boss, abusive bosses. The first thing, Olabisi, you need to figure out is that try as much as possible to read, okay, number one, emotional intelligence. That's aside. Another thing that I would like to advise Olabisi to do is to lay her hands on this book and why you act the way you do. That gives you an understanding of people.
Your temperament.
Now, if Olabisi will look very well, she will realize, she sounds like it's she will realize that it's not everybody in that organization that the boss is abusive with. So what are the other people doing that the boss is not that abusive? I mean, different level. You may tell somebody you're stupid, get out of here, or even slap you. But some people, he would not try. Then it's more about the way you also carry yourself as an individual. So you need to look at that. A lady long time ago, it's interesting, she's also a presenter on one of the TV stations now. She was doing an IT, industrial attachment, and then she came to meet me that she would like to do it in one of the TV stations. We put her there, and then when she got there, she said, no. First day that whenever she went there to work, they always send them on to go and buy pure water. I said, no, that's not what I signed for. So I said, no, listen to me. That's abusive. Because when you're sent to do something that's beyond your job description, that's abusive. So what I told her was that there are three things you need to do quickly so that you can take yourself out of that. Number one, make sure that you do not wait for them to tell you what to do. Always be the one to initiate. What do we do today? And if you ask them once or twice and they didn't tell you what to do, when you come back the next day, write them that these are the things I think we can be doing. So you're taking initiative. Number two, it's a Yoruba speaking organization. Said don't ever speak Yoruba. You understand Yoruba, but when you speak Yoruba to you, respond back in English. What you're trying to tell them, I'm professional and everything. The third one, very humorous though. I say, okay, how comfortable are you with high heels? Is it 2 inches or 3 inches or 12 inches? If they say, then I say, okay, no, you just wear the one that you're comfortable with. Now, that's just common sense. Elegance and common sense, because if I have to send somebody to go buy pure water, I will send the guy. I will send the lady lady to go to the market who's got high heel. I'll send the one who came with slippers. I'll send the one who came with flat shoes to go to the market for me. So once she started doing all those three things, she was not abused. She stood out, and then before you know what's happening, before she left as an IT student, she interviewed the governor of the state, which was a great achievement for her. And that's one thing we like to tell people. No, I know there are some abusive bosses. I also advise that once you know that you cannot take those abuse again. I mean, there's some people who are just bosses who are just probably demonic and everything. If you know you can take it again, it's always good you seek professional advice, because we hear a lot of depression all around, people committing suicide, and all those things are contributing and contributory factor to the whole thing that we see. So if you can take it, talk to a professional.
You can join us tomorrow for another exciting episode of Tea or Coffee.